below them, I guess. They did kind of pull the short straw, though, in terms of their opening match. Senegal are a very difficult and often dark horse team. ENCE, Rigon, putting that past them, saying it's fine. We can do that against anybody.
Quick shift walk to start scaling the distance without letting them know what the game plan is. Here comes the utility. Rigon on the shoulder peak finds one. Hasn't quite found shots in, though. ENCE waiting, found by Aragorn, and Story's going to win his duel as well. A very nice round for them that somehow ends up being as clean as it is. I thought as they were walking into ramp, they'd get picked up.
Story is out. Lovely headshot onto ENCE. Surprised that the rotations hadn't come in a little bit quicker after that opening kill from ENCE, and it felt pretty perfect, right? It's sort of a silly little micro, but him opening the double doors and then wrapping around, they were just a little bit slow on it, so gave him the opportunity to get out onto B.
Slow progression outside. In fact, Aragorn is actually quite far up, and he's going to have the chance to keep inching forward. Behind the blue box, he finds Pody. And Story posted on the angle that ENCE is going to pop out of means that this is a couple of duels that go completely untraded. A little bit of damage sprinkled onto Story, but that is all they're going to get for their troubles, except Sumdai Young gets his hands dirty by himself, switches over to the AK-47 and knows that Muteris is around the corner to chase. Spotted by Rigon. Info gained. Goes forward, finds Aragorn on the awkward angle, and now desperately trying to get onto A. They have overcooked this. They take long enough. It is just going to be Agile remaining. 10 seconds, 2 kills to find. And I don't think this luxury is going to be allowed. ENCE.
Boys, the molly. Oh, it's short. It actually doesn't do any damage.
I'm actually really enjoying the fact that there's such a nice little tango that both of these teams have going on. Oh, dude. Oh, Saw. Looking to do something much faster again. Right through the smoke we go. Agil finds Nate. And Rigon's still creeping around in the smoke. He's hoping that he can find a singular angle. Unfortunately for him, a stray bullet is going to strike him in the shoulder, and he's done.
Even when you do find yourself in what's supposed to be a buy round, there's often not really enough cash to, you know, have all the bells and whistles, and that includes having to drop down to a couple of FAMASs to accommodate util. Eventually a trade from Sumdai Young, but he's wiped out as well. Them saying like the same sentence, and it's like, oh yeah, no, they're not all scripted. And yeah, it's funny. Stupid video. I'll send it to you. We're back on the way. Get a little trade early on. ENCE keeps the numbers even for about half a second. And then Saw just swarm outside, hit the shots. ENCE still keeping a lid on things. But it seems like every time he hits a shot, there's a trade elsewhere on the map. And we're back into a 3-on-2.
Good shot from Nate. I think he also barely got the audio cue that there's a rotation happening towards A. So he's preemptively going to be ready. And that is the bomb down. Now he's got the chance to do the funniest thing for his team. Oh, catches Angel.
He didn't find it. Now they're down secret in a 4v4.
Oh, wow. Ready and waiting, but still caught by Muteris. Rotations happening in advance, but smokes are going to disallow Pody from getting activated just yet. It's alright though, they're going to have to wait for their teammates anyway. Smoke to allow some mobility, start creeping forward, allow for that 1v1. Muteris though, up close and personal, isn't going to make any transgressions allowed. And Pody, this will be like 8-3 or something if Nate gets that.
And kind of a bit of a last hurrah here for ENCE on their CT side to try and make this a decent half, otherwise they're 8-4 down at the halfway point on the CT side.
Oh,
yeah,
look
certainly
at this.
Nothing to brag about. This is just commanding from Saw. The second they get into this groove, the second they up the tempo, they make it so easy. I mean, they're against a low buy, so...
Ready to find one, two-man push into lobby. And every single duel seems to be going the way of the CTs until the Heaven players finally activate. Now, the tides are turning, though. Agile waiting to receive. USB's a little bit labored, and they are slowly starting to gain some control. But when all is said and done, the dust is going to settle to reveal a 2v2 preemptively. Agile's out, and he needs to get his hands dirty. He hasn't even gotten the chance to plant the bomb, and Saw...
So I'm going to go and put it down to his sort of lack of impact being down to lack of opportunity if he's just died so infrequently. It's been the man throwing the util, the one at the back of the pack. Story doubles up from an awkward angle as well, having to shoot down 90 degrees. But ends up with both. Aragorn's going to fall. The 1v5 here for Sundai Young. He gives that a good go, to be honest. A couple of nice shots.
I mean, I get where you're coming from, but also, like, the times they have gotten completely blown out of the water has been on, like, maps like Train and Overpass, right? Where they just don't play much to begin with. Oh, hang on. This is actually getting a lot worse than I thought. ENCE. Oh, we glossed over a round that's really important to them.
ENCE no longer on the Tech 9s. They got 4 AKs. They got the FAMAS on Naitu that was saved from the last, so he's got a little bit of extra money as well if he needs it, as he works his way through main. Uterus looking for the timing. This could be really deadly, or it could be a complete flop. There it is. We'll find the kill. He goes untraded.
Really good crack to be finding. Agile in the back is going to use the smoke to hide behind, though, but there is another crack here. Nightyou trying to sneak in, but Story is ready to help a brother out. Hody now in a 1-on-3.
It really did feel like ENCE came into this game very hot, didn't they? They absolutely stomped on the pistol. They won the follow-up. They came close in the first buy round. Ooh. They've been pretty absent since then.
35 seconds to go, and not only do they have to make way for a bomb site, they also have to get all the way there, and that's impossible now. Bomb drop, Saw, last laugh quickly, 13-5. Beautiful work from Saw.
Well, kicking off on their CT side here, Saw are going to be looking to make a statement early. They were super as soon as they moved over to that defensive half on Nuke. They really didn't drop all too much at all in terms of rounds or kills, but flying up short. ENCE trying to get onto the A site to get this plant going, and a couple of dinks here. Bit of damage, but nothing more. A flawless round out of Saw as everybody rocks up and shuts down. Story's going to reaggress. Finally meets his demise. Wow, this is getting a little bit messy. It's a 3v3 and Muteris is on 6 HP.
Oh wow, no, Crazy's gonna fall, and suddenly is down to Muteris and Agile to get it done with one of them limping on his leg. Oh, makes that HP work though. But miltz still has a fighting chance, and he's got armor to support. They're slowly going to start to creep up. Muteris is closing the distance, and he's been very quiet about it. Head spotted now, focused on the first player. miltz starts to fire off shots away. One for one. Muteris is trying to make that 5-7 work. Unfortunately for Saw, all of their pieces are in the basket of A site.
Yeah, having nobody on me should be a problem, but I don't know. I mean, this retake's got some wheels on it, I feel.
Yeah, it does. That was a really nice way to take recontrol to recontrol middle. 2 prongs mid and CT to get it done. One of the players wrapping around from tunnel, so there's a window of opportunity where they can make this 1v1 happen against miltz, but he's buying as much time as possible. They do need to get on the bomb quick though, but Nightyou is going to make quick work of them. Muteris knows he's got to back off, will be chased, and he doesn't even get to live. Look at how quickly they're playing this. They want to make sure that they can still make that MAC-10 work, but 2 players waiting for them. Clothesline at the ready. But Agil, quite low on health, is going to need a little bit of support. And the time he's been able to buy allows the sniper to sweep right in for Story to add a kill to the tally. Regon's going to find a crack in the time, though, and just get the bomb down. Even if he knows that his chances here are next to nothing, he will still give it an honest shot. 3 kills already under his belt. It would have to be the ace to get it done. They've got the 1 opener that they needed, but it's becoming obvious, it is becoming telegraphed that this is an ace site hit, and they need to find more cracks in this defense. 20 seconds, need to get a move on. They need to be on roller skates if they want to make this work, but it's just Bodhi remaining. ENCE have fallen apart as they take so long to move into the site. Story, oh, that is... Inching slightly ahead. The defensive side is where you want to be anyway. Agil sees him coming. And I really like what Story's been able to accomplish here. Uses his teammate as bait there. Waiting behind the smoke. As soon as they emerge, Muterus is going to make the call. Have the teammates start rolling in. A little bit of support from Longshore, but it's all about buying enough time for the CT players to activate crazy popping off shots all the way from CT spawn. Sumda Young and Miltsy, they have accomplished what they came here for. A bomb plant and a dream. That's what they got. Dropping down into CT spawn, mid control has fully been established, and this really locks in the B-side players. They're gonna have to do all the heavy lifting by themselves, but they're fine with that. I love the fact that they preemptively smoke it out, give themselves a little bit of space.
Normally quite successful. ITU gonna try and be this first point of contact, popping into the B site. Story hit a nice shot, but it's an instant trade, and yeah, it's that pincer in from the side that causes problems. A 3v2. Ugh, it's weird. It's awkward because there's money. Yeah, I guess Someday Young's miles away, but as is Muterus. There's money to justify going for this. There's kind of no reason not to. This is so tricky. Especially now Someday Young actually becomes an issue. Yeah, in from behind. That's enough to pull the plug.
If Muterus was a little bit faster, and I'm not saying that it's his fault that he wasn't. I mean, obviously he had to sneak all the way through, so his position would be obvious, but if he was any faster and gets a kill, that suddenly makes this retake more than doable.
A little bit more focused on just exiting out of the site, I guess. So they're going to try and go for the B split again, and clinical out of Someday Young. Leave Story by himself. This is rough. Sorry, it's Crazy by himself.
Oh. How is he still alive? Okay, he's done enough of the legwork that it sets up a really nice foundation for them to come back into things. Someday Young's quite low as well, so he's a labored 5-7 away from death, but he's going to avoid it. Harris sneaks forward. Into car he goes, and Someday Young wasn't expecting that at all. Cody stuck in between 2 angles. He knows he's gotten a couple of pot shots off on the car player as well, and with 35 seconds to his name, he can still rotate all the way through. He's got a flashbang available, so that cross could be safe.
What?
Tagged up. More. What am I watching? Muterus slowly creeping up. Knows that Pody is on his last legs. Still trying to play the headshot angle. This could get bad. But he knows that the onus is on Pody to try and go for this bomb plant. Flashbang to go forward. Muterus trying to speed up that progression. Knows it's all about who hits that first bullet. He's ahead, and Pody's just better.
Only his head's exposed. He's a little bit quicker to the trigger. Not connecting headshots here, though. Saw. Going to take a lot of ground and should be able to get this bomb down at the very least.
Oh, wow. That is just so much damage being delivered. And you say you get the bomb down at the very least. I think not with the way things are going. Very easily mowed down by ENCE, and Miltzy knows that this fight is particularly difficult. Now the utility is going to start coming his way. There is no one that can actually bail him out of this. A flashbang to support, yes. But I am very surprised that he gets anything from that angle, Josh.
Yeah, it's done very well, but still a lot of ground to be covered with 45 seconds left. Agil is going to be that snake in the grass, the big piece that needs to pop off, and he doesn't. It's a huge whiff and a missed opportunity. Crazy left in the clutch. Someday Young. Well, we saw around that ENCE were able to get done with the Tech 9s on their T side. Now it's time to return the favour.
Oh no,
that kind of range though. Yeah, I mean, it has, but the cavalry's here. They should just be able to clean this up, and they will.
Unfortunately, they can't really do much with those resources. Double tunnels push, though. I like this. ENCE wanted to take initiative. That initiative isn't going to go to punish. Never mind. Agile, head on a swivel, is responsible for both the refrags, and all of a sudden, the kill feed is populated with yellow on blue action.
We'll see. Pursues survival, and I'm not sure he'll be able to. Yeah, already on the cross. I think he's heard Agil, so should be able to get the drop on him. He does. Now down to 12 HP.
Hoping that they'll find something, someone. Posted up on window and door. Nate, his responsibility right now is just to try and hold them off for as long as possible for the reinforcements. The labored into the round.
Crazy's got to try and return the favour, but he's not going to check his corner. Yeah, this is done, surely. Aragorn's got so much work to do.
I really like how much time is being bought on this B site right now. Raygon is going to burn to a crisp, though, eventually, as he backs into a molly. Committed to the cause. They start retaking on B. And things are all over the place for Saw. No idea what the hell is going on.
Wow. It's an easy start for Story.
Yeah, that topsy-turvy round for Saw actually confuses the hell out of ENCE, and now here they are.
My.
Oh, hang on. This can go really wrong. There's an AWP in the hands of the opposition. They're being watched like hawks. But the smoke is going to allow for a little bit of mobility. Love it from Muteris. As the smoke's about to bloom.
Oh, this is
we'll
ridiculous.
Take the liberty to take out the AWP player, but Pody having recovered it once again. Felt like a bit of a lost cause after the fumbled round in the last one, but if they can still turn things right back around, I still don't see a reason why they can't make an argument. Pody, watching the angle like a hawk, though. This is a really important shot.
They do connect. Trades are there, however, and oh, wow. For a second, things get real interesting. Still a 1v2 and a winnable one at that. Oh, misses. Crazy. Can't afford to not connect a shot like that. All or nothing. Balls to the wall. Push up long to try and stay alive in this game. And it's 1-for-1. I'm not sure it cuts it. Double nades. In fact, a third nade goes into the smoke to try and catch him on the cross. No one's going for it yet. I love the patience, but jumping onto the box is suicide. And Aragorn's going to drop as well. Crazy last man standing. 1v4. Can't make it happen. Someday Young's there to shut it out. ENCE make it 13. And, well, a pretty good map from them. It really felt like it could have gone either way at the end, but they hold true.
Oh, good shot from Story. There's a little opening for Raygon as well. No, dude, letting Aragorn live means that Nate, you must die. And ENCE now with a man disadvantage because one of the players got a little sloppy. Raygon and Miltzy trying to make this thing work still. P250 acquired, gives him a little bit more of a fighting chance, but only one of these members has armor to their name. Up against 3 sets of Kevlar, it's not going to be an easy affair. Flashbang appropriately thrown allows miltzy to move in, and the 2 kills actually put them back in contention. 2v4 brought down just to the 2 members. But we'll see if ENCE can actually close things out. Materis trying to keep the water player busy, getting a little labor, but now back to Regon, who hasn't done his fair share of the heavy lifting just yet. It was miltzy to get a double, and Regon will have to do the same. Long timer on that defuse, but now down to just 5 seconds. Regon's taking his sweet time, now starts to rush in, and that is going to get him punished. Saw, first round of the board. It can't even be a last-ditch effort to A anymore. Agile goes forward to avoid the flashbang, and it's beautiful stuff to pump bullets into that tunnel, find a body. It's Bodhi and Sumdae-young who are still desperately trying to get this bomb done. 3 players already on the retreat, though. Trying to push forward. Story holding the tripwire, and it is Saw to take another round under their belt.
As the numbers kind of claw back a little bit. If Aragon can find 2 kills here, this is Saw's round for the taking. Oh, there's one. Almost a second.
Ready and waiting, both players. This AWP needs to split a bullet in half and can't get the lineup. It's Muteris to sacrifice Agel's life.
It's the pistols. They're going to barrel into the B site. Agel tucked behind the barrels. Oh, that's big. That is a lovely shutdown. A little 1-2 sucker punch with the crossfire there between him and Crazy. So wipe the floor. HG goes into short, flash to follow. Pody and Nightu are really just locked out of this. I don't see any avenue into this round for them. Story gets the freebie. It's Nightu that just gets spammed away through the smoke.
Forced to back off as the flashes start to come in. And that last-minute effort from ENCE is going to be to start coming back. And this could be a disaster if the bomb can be interrupted. Aragorn has still not been taken care of. A second player will be headshotted. And all the kills go the way of ENCE. No one wanting to move a muscle. Moving right into the drug player's story. I mean, Crazy is also going to be found. And it's Agile's responsibility to come in from behind and try and get a double. But he realizes that that is an exercise in futility. And instead will be backing off. Bodhi, quick to find him though, chases after him and makes sure that one less weapon will make it through the day. Important save for Story though.
Yeah, bringing that AWP across will do some favors. Actually hold on to this AWP again because they won't be able to afford it in the next round either. Getting aggressive here though. Boost over the top. Oh, that's so well played from Pody. This one should now be a done deal. We'll group up and head over towards long. There's a good little double man set up in place. Aragorn turns the flash. Muteris peeks off of the contact, but 3 is too many for him to deal with. He'll go 1 for 1, leaving the numbers against them still. A minute left. ENCE are ahead.
ENCE wanting to push through the tunnels now. Agil has his work cut out for him. Crazy needs to swing as well. Good timing, but only able to get a singular kill, which leaves Story in a position where he has to get both kills. And he sees him coming. The impression's been given. Oh, dude, I thought Story was going to be ready for it.
Hold down these crossfires, or also establish these crossfires, because at the moment, a little bit disjointed. There's a chance they can make this happen, and there you go, Story with first blood. Oh,
dude, the nearest hat they took away. MP9 recovered, actually, and this could be a complete disaster for ENCE. How is Pody still alive for that long? Okay, crisis averted. Nate, though, 1v2 allowed, and the isolated first duel will allow him to make this more than possible. He was responsible for the 1v3 on Nuke, and I think he could do it again.
Oh.
There it is. Headshot found.
The bomb's outside a monster, so we might actually finally see another B here from ENCE.
First time in a long time that SAW have had a sigh of relief. This might actually be at least the cushion that they needed going into the offensive half, because if ENCE ended this half with 7-5, feels a little unrecoverable, doesn't it?
There's a little. Still, I think we're looking down that margin of, you know, like a 6-6.
Story. Opening kill onto Nachu. Not traded here, but elsewhere is where they're going to find success. B-side cracks open. And the work has now been cut out for SAW. A difficult retake that they're going to have to establish. Position for Milty. Catches Story on the come up. Regon will find Muterus. And Aragorn knows that he is essentially walking into certain death.
Ooh, yeah, he is.
Oh, here it is. Ready and waiting now. Sum Young deals with the most potent threat there. Aragorn scaling up. Sum Young just too quick on that USP. And he's won all the engagements that have come his way. 4K. And inches away from making it an ace. Muterus. Position known. Regon doesn't get a chance to steal the ace. And I'm kind of surprised. Oh, there we go. Sum Young. Beautiful pistol round ace.
And they continue to have good results, then they qualify. If they lose this game, it gets actually a whole lot harder to qualify, and their percentage really shoots down. So there's a lot of weight behind this. And we were talking about this in the series yesterday as well, about how it feels like every game is...
But that facade has slowly started to fade, and you're right. I think it could be the pressures of VRS affecting things. Sum Young and Milty kill a piece. Milty to double that up. Natyu's going to have a laugh here as well. And although Crazy tries to pull off a nasty spray.
At a really one-sided map in the first of this series. Oh, Agil, good trade. Hang on a minute. His pistols might actually be the answer. Sum Young and Pody have clawed this back into a 2v2. So I'll hold that thought for a moment. If Story had Kevlar and a rifle retrievable, this would be a different round, but they got to go grab the bomb on short. And he's only got a Glock. It seems like they're sort of neglecting it at the moment. Yeah, Pody. The flank works nicely. It's all onto Maturis. This is doable. I don't think they realize he's creeping behind, but oh. Sum Young checks it, and ENCE onto double digits.
SAW being cautious not to give off any audio cues. Smoke is going to be well timed, but surely they want to supersede it. Surely they want to go right beyond it. And ENCE haven't made the read just yet, so SAW are going to get a relatively uncontested bomb site that they have to fight in. Bullets raining in from heaven. They still haven't cleared Milty, and if it goes by long enough, if enough time elapses, they're going to forget that there is an actual threat in the back of the site. Agile, 1 kill, 2 maybe, no. ENCE just don't stop.
Yeah. Losing this round means series point for ENCE. Qualification into the semi-finals, and SAW's major dream really starts to slip. Someday Young. Oh, takes another. Back into the 4-on-4.
I like this little approach from AG. He realizes that he needs to get a move on, needs to quicken up his pace, but he's firing off into the air.
Oh no!
Initiative taken allows for Miltzy to get enough of a distraction to find a double. AWP pops off, and it is a 1v1 when all is said and done. Miltzy has already scaled all the way up, and I don't think he's going to realize that Agil has peered through the smoke. Does it become obvious? Is going to expect this? Absolutely not. Fully.
No,
oh, wow, Agil!
Aragorn's going to be the first point of contact here in toilets. Jiggles, baits the shot from the AWP. M4's going to press. Rigon takes the first, should be traded. Yeah, it's a little bit messy, but the Mac 10 prevails. And with the AWP missing, Pody's got to get out of there. 4v4.
Dude, there is something. If it's supposed to wrap up the season, or if it's supposed to be like a decisive showing of who was the best in the season, then what the teams did in the actual season should matter, not just that they made it through a qualifier at the tail end after shitting the bed the whole time.
I guess. Rewards consistency. But it does mean that we don't get those sort of Cinderella runs anymore, really. You want to pull off a Cinderella run, you've got to do it across 20 different tournaments. And
what eventually became like the Iberian Soul roster and then the Gentlemates roster, like when they made it to a major as Koi, and then they just like don't do anything, right? Like you don't want those kinds of like. But I think that might be a little overwhelming. Pody stuck right next to the toilets. Need to hit one more, but Crazy's a little faster. They still need to get past Regon, though. There's the reinforcements coming in. Now they know where he is. Truck flare also activated, and they need to start hitting their shots, and they do. Agil. Body shots connected. But now, with two players lined up, it's just impossible to get into a site. And ENCE. And this push from Saw is going to be so disjointed, so late, so hurried. 20 seconds. Pody's making things harder. And with the op posted on the angle, and there being a truck player, how quickly can they get the bomb down? There it is. Agil starts to stick it. A little late is better than never. And ENCE feels like they're almost destined for overtime now. Needs to be a very difficult retake. No, the CTs are dropping like flies. Agil's getting tagged up as well. The Tech 9 doesn't work. And Story, he's got to hold it off with the AWP. Misses a crucial shot. Will be challenged up close. 5 seconds on the defuse. And that's it. So close, yet so far. Saw, despite having a very decisive map 1, will be punched down in maps 2 and 3. And ENCE uphold the narrative.